Let's get to the other NFC South team that's enjoying a big measuring stick Monday. That would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who made a similar statement in a completely different way. To borrow a boxing analogy, it felt like the New Orleans Saints just walked out and got a knockout. They put the Cowboys on the mat quickly. Tampa Bay Buccaneers felt like they were just absorbing body blows for 60 minutes and getting the scorers results at the end of each round. Like, yeah, maybe not the most decisive win, but they made the bigger, better plays when it mattered most. They get a gutsy 20-16 win against the Detroit Lions up at Ford Field. And remember, not only were they touchdown plus underdogs, they were short-handed in this game. All-pro safety Antoine Winfield Jr. misses with an injury. Offensive tackle Luke Goedeke is out as well. The young defensive tackle Kalijah Cansey is out for this game. And then they lose their mammoth nose tackle Vita Vea during the game. Despite all of that, they were able to turn the Lions away time and time again. I checked in with my guys Kevin Kugler and Moose Johnston after this game to talk about how the Bucs stemmed that tide and kept the Lions out of the end zone when it mattered. All right, fellas, Tampa Bay outlasts Detroit in a fun one up there at Ford Field. I got to go back to the start of the second half because, this is a depleted Buccaneers defense. The Lions moved the ball at will to start the third quarter out. And then Tampa Bay just shut it down. What was the adjustment? What was the key there for Todd Bowles and his defense to hold the Lions out and get this win?
Well, and really, you talk about the defense of Tampa Bay all day, Daryl, but then that moment especially was huge.
I think the big thing is Vita Vea goes out, and that is something you're going to have to adjust to, and I think it's just a process of getting through it. One of the things that Todd shared with us during the week, we were talking about injuries on Thursday with the players, and then Saturday morning with Todd Bowles, as we got a kind of an update on who was going to be able to play and who wasn't going to be able to play, and asked him, how do you change that? He goes, we don't. That's what training camp is for. It's to get our young guys ready. They know our system. We trust them. They work hard at it. They've got to go out and they got to play, and they did. They played great. And Christian Izien, stepped in and played well. Zion McCollum, who had been in concussion protocol all week, just had a whale of a game. And Servassier Dennis, one of the guys that's in the linebacker rotation, was outstanding here today. So it's guys stepping up and taking advantage of an opportunity because of injury.
I'm guessing the Lions are going to look at this like they missed some opportunities. You go back to the field goal team issue at the end of the first half. Obviously, 2 turnovers, but what does it say about the Bucs to find a way to do this? I mean, Baker Mayfield's under duress all day. We just talked about the defense dealing with some injuries. To find a way to get this done, what did the Bucs show you in this game?
Well, it shows me that their conversation is valid. Their whole conversation has been, why not us? And today was another step forward in the why not us? Why can't the Tampa Bay Buccaneers be an NFC team that could go to the Super Bowl this year?
Let us be a part of that conversation. When you come into Detroit and win here, a team that beat you both times last season, won here in the divisional round, now you have a leg up on Detroit, depending on what happens down the course of the season. But the one great thing about the end of the half, Dan Campbell owned that one. When we came out in the second half, he goes, that's on me. I've got to find a way to make up for my mistake that I put my team in a bad place with. And then Jared Goff has the interception into the middle of the field late in the fourth quarter that takes away another opportunity where you could have gotten 3 points. And that changes that whole dynamic coming down the field on those last 2 offensive possessions. So your head coach and your quarterback today both made it a little bit more difficult than it needed to be, and they've got to get these things cleaned up as they move forward.
I'm guessing in the big picture, the Lions will be just fine. But, man, what a gritty, impressive win by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Absolutely. Let's start the conversation. Guys, I really appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
I don't say it to take credit away from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they made the plays that mattered. But the Lions had to have lost sleep on Sunday night thinking about going 1 of 7 in the red zone. You just can't do that. Like 1 of 4 is an abysmal day in the NFL, let alone 1 of 7. Lions settle for a field goal from the Tampa 3-yard line. Lions settle for another field goal from the 17 and then again from the 13. Jared Goff throws a pick at the Bucs 9-yard line, and then they turn the ball over on downs late in the game, once from the 11, once from the 26. You realize the Lions more than doubled up the Bucs in total offense, 460 freaking yards to 216. Lions also converted 40% of their third downs compared to just 2 of 10 for Tampa. Like, you can make an argument the Lions played the better game, but that's what's so beautiful about football. Jared Goff throws a couple untimely interceptions. The Bucs make plays down in the red zone where you absolutely got to have it. And that's this team's one of their specialties. Todd Bowles, a wonderful defensive coordinator, knows how to put a game plan together. They turn them back time and time again, and you get just enough gritty plays from Baker Mayfield. 22 rushing yards and an 11-yard touchdown run to take the lead late in this game. And then you just grab on for dear life and get out of there with a win. This is the Buccaneers' 4th consecutive 2-0 start. And when our guy Tom Brady was there, that was a little more understandable. But as we've talked about on this show, this has been a team people have been quick to write off the last 2 years. Lo and behold, they are 2-0 once again. Can't say enough about it. It's not going to be the prettiest performance that you saw in week 2, but the way they made the plays that mattered on the road against a team that I told Kevin and Moose, I still see this Lions team as a big-time contender, but you got to make the plays when they matter, and that is what the Buccaneers did. Big measuring stick spot. They come away with, they pass with flying colors. This is me writing A+ on the Buccaneers papers. Wonderful performance, even if not the prettiest, to make a big statement in week 2.